first, thank you guys for joining tonight. We do have 4 speakers, but me and Katie are going to start it off. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was the catalog that released today. I just wanted to clear a few things up. So just so you guys are aware and so you can share with your teams, the product list or the discontinuing list that has been released, that is only available until sold out, okay? So there are some products on there that have already sold out. So I don't want you guys to think that it's only available up until the end of the month. It's only available until sold out, except for wax bars. They can be added to Scentsy Club by the end of the month, correct, Katie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But like car bars, fragrance flowers, pods, all of those that are on the discontinuing list, once they're gone, they're gone, okay? So don't hold orders. You're telling your teams that, not to hold orders. I really do suggest PWS orders. That way, especially if a customer like really wants a product, they can just go in and do it that way, unless you do plan on submitting multiple parties this month. So don't hold orders, okay? And then Katie was going to go in a little bit about the incentive that released today.
Woo! That was all you had to say, Ray? That was quick.
Yeah.
Like, real quick. Okay, I'm very quick because y'all know I'm a rambler. The incentive started today. If you do not know what the qualifications are to earn the incentive, go to your incentive tab, read it, print out the tracker, know where you stand. The one thing that I'll say about incentives is if you are consistently and have been consistently working the 3 legs of success, meaning PRV, parties, follow-ups, sponsoring, and coaching, you'll earn every single incentive if you're consistently working the 3 legs of success. Do not wait until the 3rd or 4th or 5th month to start earning the incentive. I see it every incentive period. I see people slack the 1st or 2nd month, and then they miss it by literally 1,000 points, which is 2 qualifying parties or a certified person. So start now, day 1, front loading your calendars every single month, consistently having sponsoring conversations, and consistently coaching your front line. Consistently coaching them, because one, as a leader, some of the points that you can get for this incentive is for your frontline promoting. In order for them to promote, you need to be working with them one-on-one, coaching them, helping them to hit their personal goals. When they promote, you get promotion points. Start doing that now. If you haven't, we preach systems every call. This call will be no exception to that rule. There's a Google Drive in Leaders with a Dream on all of our team pages that's full of systems. So if you're not working a system, pull that drive up, find a system that works for you, and implement it ASAP. ASAP. Start now, day 1. Everybody can earn this incentive. In fact, if you're a lead consultant, because it's leads and above, you actually have a better chance of earning it than higher titles. So start today. Start right now. Don't wait till the last minute to try to earn this trip.
Yeah, and the one thing I wanted to add to that, Katie, was I really want you guys to be involved with your teams, because if they don't see that you're trying to earn this incentive, they're not going to try to earn it either. And just like Katie said, I have personally seen it easier for certified, essential certified, and lower ranks be able to earn these incentives much easier, because you get huge promotion points, okay? So I really want you guys to like push it, not only for yourselves, but show it for your team. Show them what you're doing. Show them that you're aiming for the top. Show them that you're recruiting and you're doing all the things that is required to hit the different levels of this incentive. Because I promise you, once you earn an incentive, you will not miss another one. Ask Katie, ask Shelby. She went on, no, she went on one. Who else has been on one up here? I can't even.
And I'll say too, if you earn a trip and you earn it for 2, when we went on our trip, I had been a consultant for 1 year. And my husband knew we did Scentsy, like knew it was a thing. When we were in the airport on the way back from that trip, he was on our team page posting content. So ever since he went on that trip, he said, we're doing everything we can to go every time. So
Exactly what Shelby just said. James was not he's always been supportive. But when we went to Spain and we got back, he was like, "What? You need me to make samples? You need me to go to post office? You want me to drop off some parties?" Like, gung ho. They will never miss another trip. It is a game changer.
Everybody's perspective too. It changes your team, your customers, those involved in your business,
and people that join you. I mean, every time I ever go on an incentive trip, looking back at my numbers the last 3 years, every time I come back, the month after I come back from an incentive trip is my highest sales month and my highest recruiting month. So earn this incentive for y'all. Work hard. Take your family on vacation. Anybody can earn this, but it starts from day one. So focus on those 3 legs of success month after month, consistently getting a system in place, focused, laser focused on your journey, nobody else's journey. Don't compare yourself. You will get very sidetracked if you do that. Stay in your lane, focus on you and your business and your team. And Ray said this perfect. Show up for your team. Lead consultants and above, this is your time to shine, this incentive period. Showing up on your director's team page, showing how you're working, your team's going to follow suit. So on and so forth.
100%. Do y'all have any questions about the incentive or anything like with the catalog or anything before we have our speaker speak? No? Okay. So who wants to start first? So all 4 of these speakers have recently promoted to director, and they are rock stars. And I know that they have some gold nuggies to share with us, and I'm freaking pumped. I got my notebook ready. So who wants to start first? Elizabeth, I feel like you should start first.
Okay. How'd I know that was coming? Okay. All right. So you gotta be quiet. I'm Elizabeth. All right. I'm Elizabeth Lane. Like they said, I just recently hit director. And I was told to give 3 kind of like main tips. Sorry. Her dad was supposed to have her, but so one of the main things I think that really helped me and my team stay motivated and for me to continue to get paid off title or paid at title is keeping the energy up, keeping the energy with my customers, keeping it with my team on my team page, even on my personal page, like just trying to keep everything positive with everything going on. I know that there's been some issues with like orders coming in and everything like that. I think just continuing to stay positive has helped my sales and my team stay positive. And then I've got personal connection. So one of the really big things for me is like I have a bunch of friends that are in sales kind of like this, and one of the big things for me is making that personal connection, making that personal connection with your customers, making that personal connection with your teammates, reaching out to them personally, like shouting them out when they do good, seeing them, you know, struggle with things and overcome them, and reaching out and telling them, you know, I'm so proud of you. Just letting everybody across the board know that they're not just a number has been really important to me, just because I have a lot of friends in other businesses and they don't see it like that. So I think that's really helped me out with continuing to keep my sales and keep my teammates going, is to just let them know that I care about each one of them. And then I think Katie touched on it a bit. She stole one of mine. It's just staying in your lane, staying focused, not worrying about, oh, well, you know, this consultant sent out all these, you know, thank yous, or she has all of her stuff organized like this, or he's doing everything like that. Just knowing that you're working your business and touching all the points that you can and you're doing has helped me. I know when I first started and I hit lead consultant and I went to, I was added in some of the leadership pages and I saw some of the people in there like posting crazy numbers, posting crazy things. And I was like, there's no way I can do that. I remember telling Kelly, I was like, this is insane. Like, it's crazy. And it kind of put me down for the fact of I wasn't there yet. And that's literally all it was. I was doing everything that I could do. You know, reaching out to my team, coaching my team, you know, posting on my VFU page, follow-ups, all that. And I just wasn't where they were. So comparing yourself to others has helped me just to realize if I just take that energy that I was using to compare myself and put it towards my team and put it towards my customers, that's helped more than anything. And I'm going to go ahead and stop. I hit my 3. Isabel's being crazy. I'm going to mute myself.
That was awesome. Stay in your lane, y'all. I know that's super hard to do. I know it's super hard. Okay, who wants to go next? Let me unspotlight her. I gotta figure out how to do that. Y'all just bear with me.
And I'll go next.
Jamie, okay. All right, girl.
Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, first of all, thank y'all for allowing us to do this. I felt like it was an honor that we got asked to do this. But Ray asked me to talk about kind of like my journey and some tips and tricks. And I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm sitting here shaking. I'm crazy. So, just a little bit about me, and just keep in mind that any of these things that I say, I'm not saying to brag. I do agree completely with what she just said about don't compare yourself to someone else. But at the same time, I think that if you have the right mindset and you are driven, that you can do anything you want to do. And any of us, no matter if you are a certified consultant, a lead consultant, a director, any of us can be at the top. And that's, you know, that's what I always tell my team. It's, you know, you get what you put out. So that's really important to me. So I started Cincy on, and I can't talk without my hands if y'all hadn't seen that yet, but anyway, I started on September 9th, and I literally had a party for Rachel, and I had been thinking about joining Cincy for a while, but a girl that I work with, she sold Cincy, so, you know, I said what everybody else says. Well, there's so many consultants in the area that sell, I'll never be able to do anything with it. I'll never be able to make any sales. But I had wanted to do it for a while. Well, I didn't even tell my husband that I joined, which is crazy because I normally, like, you know, run everything by him and we talk about things before I just go on a limb. But I needed new warmers. I hadn't bought any Cincy in a while. Yeah. And so actually that was when the $15 kit was available. So I thought I was going to join with the little $15 kit. Well, I started talking to Rachel about it and I was like, you know, what does it entail? What do I have to do? Blah, blah, blah. Well, then she started telling me about the kit options. So I found out that the $99 kit was, you know, had a lot more stuff in it. So I was like, well, worst comes to worst, I've got new warmer, I've got products, and I'll see what happens. I'll give it my best because if you know me, I am not going to go into anything without 110%. Like, that is just me. I've always been very, very competitive. I'm driven. And if I tell you I'm going to do something or I tell you I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be there. Now, if I tell you I'm not sure or I might be, then yeah, don't take my word on it. But if I tell you that I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. So, I just lost my train of thought. this is the life of, I'm like the busiest person ever. I swear, I say all the time, I need to delete some storage out so that I have room to make for new storage, because I work full time in school and I sell Scentsy. So that's another thing. If you say you can't do it, or you say you're not, or you say you're too busy, bull crap. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it. Like, you're not ever too busy. But anyway, I decided to join, and I said, I'll give it a shot, and I will see what I can do. So I joined with the $99 gift. I'm hearing some feedback noises. Are y'all hearing that? Okay. So I joined, and the first month I did like 830 PRV, and I was like, wow. I told my husband the next day, I said, yeah, so I did a thing last night. He's like, what? I said, I joined Scentsy. He laughed at me, and he did not mean it ugly. He said, I looked at him like he was crazy. He said, I'm sorry that I'm laughing at you. He said, but you know that there are so many consultants in the area. How are you ever going to make this work? And I said, you're right. And we laughed about it together, and we almost made a joke out of it. I'm going to be completely honest with you. And that was like day one. Well, then I started getting orders in. I started reaching out to people. I asked all these people, did they want to get free and half off Scentsy that quick? People on my Facebook friends list, whatever, because I do 85 to 90% of my business is done online. So I don't have a lot of family and friends that are local to me that buy. Okay. So just, there's that. But the first month I did like 830. The next month I got up to 2618. Well, the second month in, my husband was like, oh my gosh, this is real. Like, you can really make some. Was calling. I was like, yeah, I just made a $100 paycheck. And he's like, what? So anyway, I'm trying to make a long story short. I had 1 month after my first month that I did less than 2,000 PRV. I had my best month in April. I sponsored 5 people, gave all 5 people the PRV, and I had 4354 PRV. So what I'm saying is, again, I'm not saying that to sound conceited or cocky or anything. I just want you guys to know that if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I've always said, to me, it's not hard work, but it's, again, you get what you put out, or you get what you put in, however that saying is. I always mess it up. But I hit Shooting Star in 10 days, hit certified my second month, level 2 sensational start, and then I had lead in November, star in February, and then I double promoted from star to director April 23rd. And I can remember, I was actually going back through my text messages today trying to figure out like when I hit what, because I can't remember. And I saw a message from Ray that on February 1st, she told me that I would have a huge group before I knew it. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I was like, yeah, whatever. I might get 10 people on my group. Y'all have 38 people now. And I hit director, like I said, in April. So again, don't think you can't do it, because you can. And I'm here to tell you, you can. I had 24 out of 38 people last month that were active or above. I had 7 out of 24 that had over 1,000 PRV. I always instill in my team, party, party, party. I know everybody has said it, and but that's where everything comes from. You get your PRV from partying. Well, you also get it from other things, following up with your customers and taking care of them. But your PRV comes from partying. You're meeting new customers, some of your best customers, meeting teammates, all of that. And sponsoring, all of that ties into me with partying. So I think that's really important. And, I hear some of my teammates saying sometimes, well, nobody wants to have a party with me. Okay, so I'm just going to be point blank. How many people have you asked? Okay, so you can't expect to ask 2 people and, get 2,000 PRV. it just doesn't work like that. So I tell them all the time, I'm like, if you're going to take the time and the effort to ask people if they want to get free and half off stuff, you need to be asking 10 to 20 people at one time, because not everybody's going to say yes. I get people that ignore me all the time, and that's perfectly fine. I'm fine with it. It used to bother me. I'm really tender-hearted. It used to bother me. It doesn't anymore. I'm like, whatever, move on to the next 10 people. You're going to have that one party that is freaking killer. So that's my biggest tip, is to party. And another thing that I tell my girls is that when you're like, I'm not saying that everybody that was invited to that party that you should do this, but definitely everybody that has accepted the invite, I tell them maybe like midway throughout the party to send them people a friend request. Because just because if they don't order from you now, so say for instance, they don't have the money to order from you right now, or to order from the person that they're in the party with. But I had this happen. So I have a girl on my team. She's now a lead consultant. She actually was on a party that I did for someone like back in November, and she didn't buy anything at the time. Well, later on, she saw a warmer I posted on Facebook, and she's like, oh, I need to get with you. I need a couple warmers. And I was like, well, okay, that's great. You know, I appreciate your business. I said, but how about we turn that into you getting some free and half off stuff? So she was like, yeah, that'd be great. So she invited all her friends. Well, then she was like starting to talk to me. I asked her about, would she be interested in becoming a consultant, blah, blah, blah. Make a long story short, she's now on my team. She's the lead consultant, and she's killing it. So that's what I'm talking about make sure you friend request everyone that accepts that party. That is my biggest thing. Trying to look at my notes. And I will say one of my downfalls, I'm not trying to make excuses, but it is because I'm so busy. So with working full time, I got to be careful when I post stuff in my stories. I can't just post all day long. I'll get in trouble. I have school is kicking my butt right now. Anybody who wants to take my finance class is more than welcome to. But try to post often as you can. I tell them that too. Just because you posted in your VIP group doesn't mean everybody saw it. I don't know how many times I have seen people that have, where I've shared it on my personal page, or I've shared it in my story, that they have come to me and bought something. Never bought anything from me before, but all of a sudden they see a warmer or a product that they have to have. And then you can start introducing them to other things. So that's really important to me. My team, I spend a lot of time with them. I'm not gonna lie, especially in the beginning, because I want them to be successful from day one. I want them to hit shooting star. I want them to get certified. I want them to grow a team. If that's what they want, that's what I want. And I will ask them, what do you want out of this business? But I always will have, after they watch the videos and kind of done their checklist and all that, I'll have a coaching call with them from day one, and we'll go through all the things. But I just try to be there for them as much as I can. And no, you can't always be there for them every time they, need you, right? You can't be there right then, but you can be there for them as much as possible. That's another thing that I stress. And I think that's why I've had so many people be successful. I've had so many of my consultants that have hit shooting star and certified really quickly. My last girl hit certified in 10 days. 10 days. That's it. So, just be there for them, help them out, get them started well. I try to do one-on-one coaching calls, kind of as they're needed. Team calls and trainings, I try to do those once a month, whether it be on Zoom or just a live training in the group. I always ask my team, and Rachel has said this before, it's not just Rachel's page or Katie's page or Chloe's page or whoever, it's all of our pages. So I always tell them, hey, if you have an idea that has worked for you and that you have found success with, please share it, because I'm learning from you guys too. It's not just about me giving you guys trainings and Rachel and Katie and Chloe giving you guys trainings, yes, they're all great. And I've learned so much from our upline, but at the same time, I learn all the time from my team. So I always ask them to please share it on our team page. That's like very important. And I want them to feel like it's a safe place and it's, you know, it's there for them and we're there for them. And one thing I also do, especially if I have a frontline that has recently like joined and then they've really quickly got a teammate, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll say, hey, let's create a group chat between me and you and your new teammate. And that way, if your new teammate has questions, she can ask that on the group chat. Now, I will not jump in first and answer that because I want my frontline person to learn. So I'll tell them, hey, I'm going to let you answer the question if you can, but then if you can't, you know, I'll jump in and help out. And that way too, there's two main purposes to that. So one is well, there's three really, because your new person is getting her questions answered after, of course, I've told them to go through the chain of command. Okay, just let me get that out there. But anyway, after they can't figure it out, I get them to ask the question in the group. And then the person that is their sponsor, they're learning how to train that teammate without me having to do all of the work, if that makes sense. And then, like I said, if they need me, I'm there. So I can kind of see how they're training. I can kind of see what they need help with as far as trainings, like when we do the calls, one-on-one calls, and that kind of thing, and kind of be like, hey, well, let's try this, or have you tried this? I think that's really important too. And just, you know, be consistent in all aspects of your business. Be consistent with your customers. Follow up with them. Treat them like gold. Same thing we've heard a million times from everyone else. And y'all, that is another thing. Trainings. Watch trainings. I have watched trainings from day freaking one. Before I even joined, I was watching trainings. I was watching YouTube trainings. I was watching everything I could get my hands on. And like I said, there again, don't say you don't have time, because what I would do is listen to the trainings while I was in the shower or while I was on the way to work. Like, you find time to do what you want to do, period. You do. So be consistent, take care of your customers, treat them like gold. Create another thing that I found works well is, and I'm not able to do this every month, but I kind of do it like maybe every other month or every 3 months, I think is what I'm going to kind of do. I create challenges in my team page. So a couple months ago, I had a challenge for top PRV got a prize and top sponsor got a prize. I think the top PRV, I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was like 3,000 she had, which Tana is my boss. She's one of my bosses. So, and then I had a top sponsor, and I think she had like 3 new people. This month I decided, instead of doing just a challenge for like a top PRV and a top sponsor, I decided to do something a little different. And what I'm doing is, anybody that gets at least 2,000 PRV this month gets a prize from me. Anybody that sponsors 2 people or more gets a prize from me. So that way, you know, if so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so see that Jessica has already earned the top PRV for the month, they're not as driven and focused to try to do their best in that sense, because they know someone else has already won, if that makes sense. So I think with doing it for like everybody, it's not a top prize, but it's if you get this or if you get this, then people will be more likely to, you know, do it. And I'm not doing that just for me and our team. I'm doing that to make them better and to see the capability of what they can do, because everyone can do this. I don't care who you are. You know, it doesn't matter. If you put your soul in it and you have the right mindset, you can do this. So I think that's pretty much it. I know I rambled a little bit. I'm sorry. I get excited and I talk a lot. So, but yeah, that's pretty much like my little tips that I try to instill in my team.
You did great. Are you kidding me? Those were some freaking bomb ass ideas.
Thank you.
I wrote down all. Hold on, I need to mute someone. Got it. Okay. So who wants to go next? Courtney or Desiree? Desiree? Okay.
I'll go next. Okay, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you I'm kind of nervous. This is gonna be my first kind of training thing. Katie reached out to me and I was like, what? Did she match with the right person? She messaged me and asked me to speak. Me? No. But I'm very honored and blessed to be a part of this group and this team. I'm gonna go through these really quickly because the baby's probably about to wake up for his feeding. So sorry if I go too fast. If you have questions, just put them over there and I'll read them in a minute and answer them the best I can. Something I read that really kind of right around the time that Guide to Growth was launched, something I read that really hit, it said, leadership is not a rank. It's not a position. It's a decision and a choice. I'm gonna say that again. Leadership is not a rank. It is not a position. It's a decision and a choice. You have a choice to lead your team and your people. That is what you should do. Leadership is a choice, okay? We choose to lead these people, okay? So that's a saying I'm living by. It's really hit home because I joined under Katie probably about 3 months after she joined, and neither one of us knew what we were doing. We kind of just learned from each other and just went at that. So one thing that I've been trying to teach my team is do more of certain things, do less of certain things, and just stop doing other things. So what that means to me is if something's working, do more of that. Do more of what is working. If something's not working or isn't working quite the way you would like it to, change it. Work it a little different. Work it kind of different. And if it's not working at all, because something that's working for Katie might not work for me. So why am I going to keep trying to force it? It's not going to work. So I'm going to stop doing it because it's not working for me. It's like trying to fit a circle, it's trying to fit a square in a circle hole. There you go. So if it's not working, stop doing it. Don't do it. Don't force yourself to do it. It's not going to be beneficial for you. Okay. So that's something I've been trying to teach my team. I teach them that if it works for me, I'm going to share it. If it doesn't work for you, tweak it a little, make it work for you. If it doesn't work like that, then stop doing it. Don't do it. It's just not worth it, the time and effort for you to try to make it work for you over and over and over again. So, lost my train of thought. Another thing that I learned during Guide to Growth is that you want to make it a priority to seek out your leaders, whether they be your personal sponsor people or they're down 1, 2, 3, 4 generations. It doesn't matter. You find your leaders, you pluck them out, and you help develop them. You help develop whatever they need. Coaching calls is a must for developing leaders, guys. I say a lot. I just noticed that. I'm sorry. So coaching calls are going to help develop your leaders. If you don't do coaching calls, start today. It's never too late to start today. You can always start fresh. That's one thing I learned. I started this business 3 years ago. It took me 3 years to hit director because I got into that, I'm not going to be as good as her. I'm not going to be good as her. I'm going to fail at this. I'm not doing good at that. It took guide to growth, being consistent, teaching people, finding my leaders. Guys, I found that one person. She was not my personal sponsored person, but I found that one. I grabbed her and I was like, hey, I want to help you. I want you to be better. I want to help you grow your team. And guess what? She hit director the same month I did. The same month I did. I cheered so freaking hard for her to get there. She worked her butt off. But I found her because I looked at my leaders and I helped her. That's what this is about. This is not about you. Leadership is not about you. Leadership is about leading people, teaching people, helping them grow, help bless them, help bless their lives and their family. Y'all, this is not about us. It is about the other person on the end of the phone. That's why you do it. It's about your family. It's about making it better. So, find your leaders. I'm going to give out homework. It wasn't required, I know. Go into your workstation tonight and find your leaders. Find your leaders and help coach them and help train them. You might even have to retrain them all over because whoever they got sponsored under wasn't training them. And that's not that person's fault. It's their sponsor's fault. So don't take it out on that person. Find your person or people. I found two. I found two. I retrained them. I helped them grow. And they're shining stars, you guys. They're not directly under me. They're like 3 and 4 generations under me. But they are blossoming. They are doing things they never thought was possible. One girl's even talking about putting a down payment on a house. I helped build that stone for her by showing her she had potential, showing her that she could do this. That is leadership, you guys. That is leadership. Now that I have chills, another thing I wanted to hit on is something you guys probably hear a lot. Do not ask your team to do something you are not doing yourself. Don't go on your team page and post, you guys, go ask 5 people to join your team. Go have 6 sponsoring conversations. Go do this. If you're not doing it, don't ask your team to do it. You have to show up for them. If you don't show up for them, they don't show up for themselves. And that's what you want. You want them to show up for themselves. You want them to build their team and grow. Yes, you want to grow as well, but this is about leadership. And that's what leadership is. You want to help grow them. So you show up, so they'll show up. So when they have a team, their team will show up and it'll just go downhill from there, guys. That's what it's about. You want to reach out to your leaders. Find your leaders, teach them, train them, help them grow. That is, I think, about it, all I had. Yeah, that's it. Just always remember, it's never about you. Never about you. It's about the person you're helping. That's it.
That was great. And that is exactly, that's so true. And it is the biggest blessing to be able to bless someone else's lives and to see their lives change. It makes me, I have chills and I tear up. You hit it point on, girl.
Yeah, you definitely did. That was freaking awesome. Y'all are literally killing it, okay? Y'all should see my freaking sticky notes right now. Literally, okay? Literally.
Don't look at mine.
Okay. All right, Courtney, your turn. And listen, if y'all have questions, I want you to either write them down and then you can unmute yourself after Courtney goes, or type them out in the chat box, okay? All right, Courtney, I'm gonna spotlight you, okay? And it's Easton's birthday! Unmute yourself.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! All right, I'm gonna go hand him to Ryan really quick. Hold on, it's bedtime. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Hey, Ryan.
He's about to ask me if she's deactivated. Does she want to-
Okay, sorry guys. Literally bedtime routine over here for 2 kids. So poor Ryan's got both of them by himself. So can everybody hear me? Thanks guys. Yeah, he just turned 2 today. So it was all about him today, literally. Yeah. Okay, can everybody hear me? Or am I? Okay, cool. So, all right. Y'all, I'm excited. I really am. So I just want to say, I have been in Scentsy for about a year now, but I will tell you, everything has changed from last year to this year. I'm going to tell you my biggest shift and what has changed my business 1,000%, literally. And this is where your mind comes into play. So when I joined last year, I was very selfish. I was in a different state of mind last year. I joined for the wrong reasons. It was all about the paycheck for me. It was all about, and I'm being very honest. So I'm being very, very raw with you guys. It was a very different mind shift, but I was about myself. I was about how to make a paycheck, how to make the fastest paycheck, how to make the biggest paycheck the easiest way. I don't know why. That's how it was last year. And I will tell you, I didn't put customers first. When it came to like the perpetual party reward, I used that towards myself. I tried to grow my business, and I will tell you that 70% of that came from me comparing myself to other people. And that's being very honest. I was like, well, my grab bag doesn't look like that. My grab bag doesn't have this stuff in it. You know, I want all this stuff. I want to be able to do all of these customer thank yous. I want to do all this stuff. And I couldn't do it. So I was being very selfish to myself. And it killed my business. It killed my mentality, my drive. And I will tell you right now, that is the biggest thing. If you are comparing yourself to anybody else that is above you, you're going to fail. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. I got very overwhelmed. Easton had just turned 1. I had just had Remy, who turns 1 in August. So I had 2 under 2. And I don't know, I just stopped doing it. So anyways, fast forward to the holidays, fast forward to January, I started my own bakery business at home. I ended up leaving. I worked at an orthopedic office. I ended up leaving that and staying at home. I love baking, so I did a bakery. And I realized when I was doing my bakery business and how fast it took off, how hard I was working, how much I was killing myself, I realized that anything is possible. Like, I didn't expect my bakery and my home bakery to like kick off the way it was, to pay my rent. Like, I didn't think that was possible. And it made me shift my mind into like, okay, well, anything is possible. What if I give Scentsy a go again? Like, I can do this. I love it. I love watching Rachel's posts. I want to earn trips. I want to do all this stuff. So January, I promised myself that I was going to change. I wanted to be a different person. I wanted to travel. I wanted to explore. I wanted more for my kids. I wanted a bigger savings. I wanted a house. Like, I wanted all of this stuff that wasn't possible with me staying at home. Okay. So then I took into perspective, like, well, what if I give it my all? What if I do everything that I need to do that my leaders are telling us to do? And how far can I go? And here I am. In 2 freaking months, I made director. 2 months. And let me tell you, I probably pulled a 2 a.m. morning every single freaking day of the week, besides Friday and Saturday night, probably, because I was drinking. But Monday through Friday, it's so true though. Friday and Saturday night is my night to drink. So, you know, we keep kids up late and we party and stuff, whatever. But Monday through Friday night, or Monday through Thursday night, or Sunday through Thursday night is my 2 a.m. mornings. Ryan gets up at 4 a.m. Okay. Rich, I see you laughing over there, but it's so true. Okay, I have 2 kids, so y'all, it's crazy. They go to bed 8 o'clock, and we pull open a White Claw. So, yes, girl. See, hold on, time out. Can we not judge? I think I'm on number 3 now. But I was trying to be slick and hide it in a freaking cup. Anyways, y'all. So that being said, I would stay up until 2 in the morning, okay, doing stuff. And this is something I want to tell you guys. If you are overwhelmed, you don't have a system, you don't know where to start, you don't know how to do labels, you don't know anything, okay, it stresses you out. Something my mom told me that like really stuck with me is just effing, I'll bleep that out, effing do it. I remember she came over one day and she was like, I need help with all this stuff. And she was like, just fucking do it. Literally, sorry y'all, just effing do it, get it done. So when it comes to Scentsy, I was so stressed out. I had like 50, I'm not even exaggerating, I had probably 50 or 60 customer thank yous to send out. It was insane. I was like, there's no way I'm going to catch up. I don't have a system. I stayed up until 2 a.m. every single night doing it. I made no excuses. I have 2 kids under 2. Okay. I'm a stay-at-home mom, 2 kids under 2. Ryan is gone from 4 until 5 o'clock. I don't make excuses. Okay. I will stay up however early and however late I need to stay up to get my stuff done. And I just had my mom's mindset of like, we're just going to get it done. I don't care. So anyways, all that to say, do not make excuses. If I can stay up till 2 a.m. and I have 2 kids under 2 that literally run me down, and I work out every single day, and I meal prep all the time, you can do it. And really funny story is I actually, that night that I decided to stay up until like, I think it was like 4 a.m. I think Ryan's alarm clock went off when I was done with my thank yous. I have a little foot bench in front of our bed, and I had left it in the middle of the room because I had like glitter and stuff everywhere that I had to vacuum up. And Ryan was pissed because he walked to the bathroom after I had just crawled into bed and I left it out, and he freaking stubbed his toe on it at like 4 in the morning. And he was so pissed because I had stuff all over the room. Like, he sleeps through anything, so I can work through him sleeping. So it's totally fine. So anyways, all that to say that. So that was one of the things. If you're stressed out, you just need to do it. Don't make excuses, okay? Yeah, so yeah, he was really mad at me. So a lot has changed. I jumped back in 3 months ago, Rachel, I think, 3 months ago. My mindset changed. I use every single perpetual party reward towards customers. That is the biggest thing. You need to put your customers first. I stopped using them towards me, and I started using them towards my customers every single freaking time. And then on top of that, I'm like reading my notes as I'm going. I'm trying to think. On top of that, so Rachel, I remember, used to like post stuff in the group, and she would be like, hey, I want to see screenshots of like who you guys are talking to. I want to see screenshots. That's a good way to see if people are working. If they're willing to send you a screenshot that they actually ask somebody if they, will you join my team or will you throw a party? They're working. If they don't like post a screenshot and they're just like, oh yeah, I did it, but you're asking them to post a screenshot, I know they're fibbing, because you know what? I was there. I was that person. Literally, I was that person. I'm going to be very honest with y'all. There's no lying here. Okay. I am very different than I was last year. I promised myself to be different this year, and I'm 100% different. So now I literally will post everything. I will text 10 people a day and I won't care. I will post what I'm doing with my team. But yeah, I used to lie to Rachel, and I used to be like, yeah, I did it. Yeah. I reached out to 10 people today. No, I didn't. And I was lying to myself. And that's the difference between a successful business and a failing business, is how honest are you with yourself? If you're not honest, then like, you're not going to get anywhere. And that's just the truth. And I'm telling you, 2020 is my year. It's my family's year. I have just changed a lot. I even had one of my friends reach out to me on Facebook. I had some stuff happen with some friends, and she reached out to me. I had like that's another thing. Do not be negative on your Facebook and social media. This is why. She reached out to me, and she was just like, hey girl. And it wasn't really like a huge post. It was just something about like our friends that aren't our friends anymore. But she was just like, I really had to reach out to you because last year you were so hot and cold. I wouldn't have thought twice about you posting a status about, whatever you posted a status about. But she was like, but you posted this status and I didn't hear back from you. And I was really worried because your entire vibe changed this year. I saw the difference in you and all this stuff. And it like really clicked with me how like important like your social media is and how important like your output and your vibe is on Facebook and Instagram, because I don't post negative stuff on my Instagram. If you think about someone like that you want to go join, are you going to join someone that's constantly talking about a bad friendship or a bad life or, you know, anything negative? Are you going to want to join that person? No, that's like hurting your business. So I'm not going to post my personal business like that on my social media. Save that for your friends and family. Like, that's what I'm telling you. People aren't going to follow you when you're negative. Okay. That's just the truth. And the fact that she called me and she was like, last year, I wouldn't have thought twice about it, Courtney, because you were different. But this year, even my husband could tell that you're different. Like you're just so different. And I promised myself this year that was going to happen. And it's happening, because now I'm putting all of my Cincy paycheck aside for a down payment on our new house. I bought a camper. Yes, I bought a camper with my Cincy paycheck. We are renovating a camper. And guess what we're going to do with all of that Cincy paychecks from here on out after a house? We are going to be affording campgrounds for weeks. We're going to be taking vacations every single month. We have a map that we're going to travel every single state. Y'all need to have goals. This is me and Ryan's goal. We want all of this stuff. And now that I'm making more money after taxes, literally, I'm making more money than I was working for an orthopedic surgeon, should tell you. The fact that like I double promoted in 2 months still freaking blows my mind, excuse me. I started back in March. I had 65 PRV. Let me tell y'all, 65 PRV in March, okay? I decided to go all in, literally all in on April. I watched every single training, every single workout, every single freaking 6-mile walk, every car ride, every shower. I was listening to freaking trainings, literally nonstop trainings. And instead of just listening to them, I was writing notes and I was implementing every single thing in my business, every single freaking thing, y'all. Literally, if you're listening to them, but it's not registering and you're not like doing the homework, then there's no point of watching. Okay. That's what I'm just gonna say. There's no point of watching. So after every single training with Guide to Growth, I did my homework and I reached out and I did what they asked us to do. And guess what? In April, after going from March at 65 PRV, in April, I went to 2,136 in 1 month, literally. Then from April to May, I went to 3,800 PRV. Okay. And that's going from 2 recruits to 6 recruits to 3 recruits last month. And I still have 3 people that I'm talking to today about joining. So I'm just telling you, if you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. If you don't, post on your social media, you're not positive. You're just, I don't know, you're just posting a link. You're not going to get anybody. That's just the truth. So I keep my social media, my Instagram as my platform. I keep it very positive. I keep it very relatable to my kids, my family, my literally my soul of my life. And every day I wake up reminding myself that this year I'm a better version of myself and I'm putting my customers first. My customer thank yous are bomb. Literally, I joined all these groups for Cincy, and I take in every single, like, I don't even know, Guide to Growth. There's so many documents in Guide to Growth. If you guys are asking questions about PDFs that we have shared 1,000 times, oh my gosh, I think I printed out everything from Guide to Growth. Literally, there are so many, it's gold. So, and now when I get stressed out about doing labeling, I'm just like, let's just effing do it. Like my mom said, just sit down and take 5 seconds to do it. Cause then I'm going to sit there and think about it for 30 minutes and it's not going to get done. And then I got to go take care of my kids. So why not just go ahead and do it, suck it up, and you get it done. So that's my biggest thing, you guys. I know I'm a rambler, but I just really feel like your mindset and like just your goals and what you want to achieve is just so important with like where you want to go. If you want to sponsor people, it'll happen. Okay. If you work for it, it'll happen. If you want to travel, it'll happen. If you want a paycheck, if you want to leave your job, it'll happen. I don't know. So anyways, that is all to say that I'm a social media junkie. I post like stupid crazy. So, I'm always on social media, and I'll tell you that 95% of my sales come from social media. Rachel, I remember when she asked me to go live for the first time last year, I was like, hell no, I am never going live. You're stupid. No. I remember I was like, you are like,
she literally was like, you sent me a message back and you said, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go live. And I was like, yeah, you are. But let me just tell you. So when I first became a consultant, okay, Courtney and I kind of grew up together. We went to high school for like, a year or two, something like that.
Yeah.
And so when I became a consultant, reached out to Courtney. I was like, hey, will you do a bag party for me? Okay. She worked at that orthopedist office and orthopedist office. I knew she was going to call me out. So I asked her to do a party. I drove to her house, which was like an hour and a half away. Okay. Dropped off this bag party. Y'all, she didn't get a single order. She didn't buy from me. Nothing. Okay. Nothing. And then she came to me because she watched me on social media and she wanted to join. And then, like she said, I mean, she straight up said, like, you know, it wasn't her time to join. She wasn't in the right mindset. And then she deactivated and then she came back. And she hit director in 2 months when she came back, y'all. Like, I was taken back. And I was like, hold on. Wait a minute. The Courtney Let me, I was like, is this the Courtney Stewart that I know? Yes. She's here and she's back in business, okay? And I'm so freaking proud.
Thank you.
Everything that you just said, like, I love how raw you were, because I think that's what a lot of people need, is that not everything is perfect. Y'all, we all go through hard patches. We all hear no. Katie hears no. Chloe hears no. I hear no all the time, or I get completely just, like, blown off. Like, it happens. You have to get comfortable with it. Just like Jamie said, like, you have to ask people to party. If you're not asking, your business isn't open. Don't expect people to come to you and say, you know, hey, I want to join your team. Most people are not going to come to you and say, hey, I want to join. Most people are not, because they're scared. They don't know what to expect. So y'all have literally killed it. Katie just texted me and was like, I'm so damn proud. And I'm over here like freaking about to cry, 2 glasses in wine.
I do want to tell y'all something, like, about
Y'all
what Ray just literally just said. It's so funny. So a lot of people don't know this. If it goes in and out, that's why I have my camera off. It's storming like really bad here. So my Wi-Fi is like, so I had a girl ask me to join her team for over a year. And she lives close to Ray Ray. She actually lives really close to Ray Ray. She asked me for a year, and this is how she asked me. I've known her for a while. She actually took my wedding pictures. Like, she was a photographer at my wedding. This is how she asked me. She said, will you join my team? I need one person to join and promote so I can go on this trip. That's how she asked me. She asked me for a year, for a whole year. And when I finally decided to join, I joined under somebody else. Because as soon as she said the word join and my team, it instantly, I don't know, it just did something on the inside, like it didn't feel good. There was nothing authentic. There was nothing in it for me. Like, hey, do you want to join my team? What's that sound like? Ownership. Your team. Do I want to join your team so you can earn a trip? Like, so think about, if you're struggling with sponsoring, how are you coming off to people? If you're coming, and I said this, that's why I brought this up to her, because my dad literally just sent me a message. I have this girl blocked on Facebook because she was turning me into Sensi, just FYI. We're not on the same team, but she kept turning me into Sensi. So he sent me a screenshot of her post of the trip today. So she said, Sensi just announced a trip, and who wants to join my team and travel with me for free? She never posts about Sensi ever, ever, ever. And he messaged me. He said, aren't you glad you didn't join under her? People know when you're in it for you. And when you're about you, people can feel that. It doesn't feel good. So if you're struggling with sponsoring, how are you coming off on social media? Is it about you? Do you talk about your team? Because every time I do team mail, I'm like in my emotions about the post that I do every single time. Do you talk about your team? Do you talk about their accomplishments? Not your accomplishments. Their accomplishments. When they promote, when they do well, when they earn an incentive. That's what people are attracted to. When you're successful, that's great. But even better than that, when you deflect that success to the people you're surrounded with, that's attractive. That's attractive. Guess what? I've earned many trips. But I've had people join me because they say, I love the way that you love your girls. I love the way that you take care of them and you shout them out. They didn't even know I earned the trip till I went on it because I was too busy pouring into them. People are attracted to that. And Orville Thompson, our CEO, said this at my very first reunion. When you have your arrows out 24/7, when you have your arrows out, whether it be to your customers, your team, it's going to come back. So if you're struggling with sponsoring or even building your team, maybe you have a team right now, but maybe you only show up at the end of the month wondering who has parties to put in because you want to get paid at title. You think your team don't know that you ain't spoke to them in 3 weeks and it's a couple days before the end of the month and you want to know if they got parties to put in so you can get paid at title? Think about how that makes people feel, whether that be customers. You have a goal to hit and you're only on Facebook saying, I just need like 6 more 6-packs to hit my goal this month. Listen to that. My goal. I'm telling you, when you use the word my and me, it's not about other people. And when you make this business about other people, it comes back to you tenfold. Tenfold. So check yourself and say, it's okay, Courtney nailed it on the head when she said, I was very selfish and it was about me. Sometimes you need to reflect and say, how do I come off to other people? Am I just about myself? Do I talk about my accomplishments, what's in it for me? Or do I talk about what's in it for other people? How can this bless other people, whether it be a customer, a potential teammate, or your team? Because I'm telling you, if you have a team under you already and you're not taking care of them, you don't even need to think about sponsoring anybody else.
Mm-mm.
The Bible says this somewhere. Desiree may be able to even help me this. But if you're not satisfied or thankful for what you have, you're never going to be thankful for what you gain in the future. It'll never be enough. So if you're not taking care of the team you have now, the people that you've sponsored now, it's not a number, y'all. People are not a number. These are people's lives. And when Courtney just talked about getting a camper and renovating it, people putting down payments on their house, people going on vacations, that's life changing. So stop thinking to yourself, I want to sponsor 3 people. I want 3 people to go on a free trip. I want 3 people to pay their light bill, 3 people to pay their car payment. Look, I get hyped. I'm going to stop a minute because I know it's getting late. But think about that.
Can I ask you real quick?
Yeah.
Just
Go
real,
do it,
I won't
Will.
ramble. But
No,
I was,
do it.
I was gonna say, so my best friend Aisha, she joined because one, she loved the products, changed all of her house out to Scentsy, but she loved the products so much that she changed, that she joined because she needed a car payment. They had to buy a new car. They were struggling. She had a new job. And I was like, look, if you want to put in some work, I know you have 2 girls, it can happen. She's paying her car payment now. She's not even 2 months in and she's paying her car payment. On top of that, her sister-in-law joined my team as well. And the first thing that Aisha's mom said was, I mean, y'all are both doing Scentsy. Y'all aren't going to make any money off of it. Let me tell you, they're the only 2 people out of, I'm a team of 22 or 23 now. The only 2 people on my team that just hit lead last month. Both of them hit lead last month. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, Aisha, go back to your mom and let her know that you guys both are the only ones that had just joined that hit lead. So what does that tell you? I mean, it's just insane. And I have another friend, Tori, that just joined not even 10 days ago. And
She's on fire.
Yeah, she had almost 3,000 PRV in 10 days.
Wait, what's her last name?
Farrell.
Okay, yeah.
It's insane. She hit, she had a party for me, and the entire party, she was so active. I sent her a crap ton of samples. I sent her so many samples. I sent her all of the bring back my bars. I sucked up the shipping, and I was like, this is going to be worth it, because that's what I'm doing now. I'm not thinking of myself. I'm not thinking of the shipping costs. I'm thinking of what do I need to do, because this one little sample could change your entire life, literally. And so I sent her samples, and guess what? She's making 3,000. And let me tell you, I think it's day 1, and she's almost at 1,000 PRV today. Like, she had 10 warmers already on pre-order. And she just started like not even 2 weeks ago. I mean, and I talk to her every single day. We used to play softball together, and I'm just like, Do you realize that your paycheck is like $900, Tori? You just had your second kid. Like, I think he's 3 months old now. $900 can change your freaking life. $2,000 to me changes my life. I mean, I sit here with Ryan the other night and I'm just like, we literally just talked to our housing lender yesterday and he's like, oh yeah, you guys need a $9,000 down payment. And I'm just like, okay, so we just need to save up like 3 or 4 months of Scentsy. We just need to work our asses off. That's what we need to do. And we'll have a down payment. We'll have a new house next year. That, I mean, to think that I can do that and not pay for daycare and make more money than working for, douchebag orthopedic doctors and changing wounds and reducing ankles that I did not enjoy doing. The fact that I can sit here and be at home with my kids and freaking make more money than that and pay for a camper to travel for a house. Y'all don't even understand. He just put both of my kids to bed. Both of our kids to bed. He works a lot. So that's usually like we do that together. I mean, that's a struggle for, someone that's used to working all the time and not being home with the kids. So all I'm saying is I'm picking back off to Katie is like, y'all need to, and when your sponsors shout you out, when they send you emails, when your team sends you emails, when people are shouting you out, you need to make sure you're reposting. That's all I'm going to say, because like Katie said, people follow people that are not all about themselves. So when I'm posting an email from Katie, from Chloe, from Rachel about how I'm top 50, it's not bragging on myself. It's showing what an amazing leader they are. And it's showing what kind of team that I'm a part of. Like, that's not being selfish. I had a friend that's not a friend anymore that recently told me, have fun proving yourself on social media. And I was like, that just makes you ugly. That just makes you ugly. And I'm sorry, I'm really raw about it and I'm really real. That makes you ugly. So bye. I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I am changing lives. And to get text messages that people are making $1,000 a month and paying car payments and doing all kinds of stuff, it's completely changed my mindset from last year, even from freaking March when I rejoined again. Like, completely changed my mind and my feelings towards Scentsy. It's not even about the money anymore for me. It's really about, like, I get these goosebumps and I half in tears when people are like, I can pay this now. And I'm just like, yes, God, like, that's amazing. So anyways,
be intentional. Like, the last person I sponsored, she asked me what her goal was. I said, your goal is to get certified. That means nothing. She's a stay-at-home mom. She's never worked a day in her life. She said, you know what I'd really like to do? I would love to be able to pay my light bill this month. So her husband didn't have to pay it. So when she got close to certified, and she was like, I'm not going to hit it. I'm like, this is what your paycheck will be without it. This is what your paycheck will be with it. And she literally voice messaged me crying, saying, I have enough to pay my light bill and my water bill. It's real life, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And can I bounce off both of y'all? So same thing you just said, Katie. I have a few people same way. I mean, never knew what this business would do. And I'll be honest, when I first got into this, I didn't even know I could grow a team. I never thought about having a team or having people, under me. So, of course, at first it was all about, okay, I need some extra money to put towards school. But once I started getting people under me and I started seeing their lives change, well, let me back up. First of all, it was the supportiveness from you guys and how all of these women can be together and there's no drama, there's no backstabbing, there's none of that negativity. And this gives me chills to talk about it, but like, that was the main thing. And I talked more about that. Yeah, the money's great and the money helps out, but I talked more about that with my husband than the money or anything. And then when I grew a team, I talked more, and you can ask him right now, I talk more about my team than I do myself to him. I'm like, hey, so-and-so called me, same thing. She's crying. She could pay this bill, or so-and-so did this. And I'm like, so just happy and just so glad that I could, like, that I met them and that they were able to realize what this business can do for them, because that is where it's at, period. That's where it's at. And that's all I'm going to say, because I'm going to cry.
Let me tell y'all what else I have seen a huge impact. I've seen this business have a huge impact on people, is self-confidence. Courtney, you're definitely one of them. Like I said, she would never have even shown her face on on social media, like other than a picture, not on live video. This one next to me, y'all, let me tell you, when I first met Shelby, the most awkward experience of my life, okay? Like
We're still pretty
awkward, okay? But I have seen a huge growth in just Shelby and just like the way that she like shines when she's talking about Cincy and talking about her team and just talking about the business in general and just talking about her life in general. Not even, it doesn't even have to be Cincy related, but I know it's because like Cincy really has like drawn her out. Would you agree?
100%. 110%.
Yeah, so, and it's not just them two, like I've seen huge changes in so many of y'all, and it's like that's the best part about this business to me is the growth, the personal growth that people can have and can get from this business. That is the best part about Cincy. It's not, yes, the paychecks are great, but it's not all about the paychecks. Like I didn't join Cincy to become a full-time Cincy consultant. Like that wasn't my goal ever. I joined Cincy because I was hoping to make, $100 a month, maybe. And look what it blossomed into. I met every single one of you. I've been able to travel the world. I've been able to take my husband with me to travel the world. I've gained so many friendships. And it's just like I've been able to watch y'all pay your bills and to leave your full-time jobs and to show your face on social media and to actually like get up on here in front of 25 people and to do a training in front of people. Like it's literally life-changing. So y'all four have literally blown my mind today. Like I think, Katie, we need to do this more often where other people speak. First of all, I like learning and not speaking so much all the time. Y'all, I'm like really red. This is what wine does to me, okay? And I've taken all the notes, so I'm going to do like a little recap on the leadership page, but does anyone have any questions? Because y'all have literally killed it. Y'all have killed it. And I just want y'all to know, the people who have not spoken today or who have never like done a training, your time's coming. Okay, so get ready. Y'all are all, every single person that has shown up here that has not hit director yet, you're going to hit director in the next couple of months. Mark my words. The fact that you showed up to this training says it right there. The fact that you took the time to show up on this training and it's 9:45 at night means that you care and you want more with this business. So y'all get ready because it's happening. Like I'm about to call y'all out right now. Sarah Cromar, she just hit director yesterday, y'all. So give her a freaking shout out because she just hit director yesterday. She's our newest director. Did anyone else hit director? Did I miss it? Y'all are on fire, okay? Y'all are on fire. And the fact that you just showed up to this training says so freaking much about you and about your business. I just want y'all to know that.
Yeah, because look at Megan rocking the heck out of that baby.
Yeah, look at
Y'all had to get whiplash.
She has literally like how old is that baby boy?
Hank.
Like 2 months?
Who, Desiree? Look at Megan.
Who are you talking
Hey.
about? Are you talking
2 months old.
me? Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool girl.
He'll be 3 months, July the 14th.
3 months old, and she's up here at 9:45 rocking that baby and learning at the same time. And that's what I call dedication.
Hey,
right
Ray.
there.
I'm pretty sure she was on the director training like right after she pushed him
She
out.
was.
What was she
Really like
like?
a week out, pushing that child out of her vajay, for sure.
Can I
I'm
tell
doing
y'all?
I do this for him, so I have to do it. Right.
Same though.
But no, really. Does anyone have anything to add? Like, please don't feel like shy. Desiree, I see you rocking that baby over there too.
Can I tell y'all how daggone proud I am of her? Because she was nervous as crap. And here, when y'all
And she
step
killed
up,
it.
she was so nervous. And like, I was over here, had to turn my thing off because I had got teary-eyed. Desiree's my very first recruit. So I got all teary-eyed.
Yeah.
So we learn from you guys too. And y'all, my cup is so filled up. I literally put my video away so I could take notes and concentrate on you guys. We need it just as much as y'all do. And the more and more you rise to the occasion, the more you'll do it for your teams. The more you show up. Ray Ray has taught me this about social media because y'all, if y'all don't know, I hate social media. I don't like doing this whole story stuff on Instagram. And I hated it. And I used to practice. And now I just gotten to the place like, I just don't give a crap no more. I just be going on little tangents. The more you do it, the more comfortable you'll be with it. That's in all aspects of life, but especially leadership. The more you don't have to have it perfect. You don't have to have it perfect.
Can I piggyback off of that? So from you, literally I posted something like 2 or 3 months ago when I jumped back into Scentsy, and I posted this long thing about how I was changing this year, how I didn't care what anyone thought, whatever. And I just want to let you know, I have a lot of people on my team too that are like, you know, I'm worried about what so-and-so is going to think if I post stories, if I go live. And the best advice I can give you is to stop giving a shit. Literally. I'm sorry, but it's so true. If you care what other people think all the time, you're going to stay in the same place in your life. I'm sorry. If you worry, if they're not paying your bills, they don't matter. That's just the truth. And it took months for me to figure that out. It took months. When my friend told me have fun proving yourself on social media, I was like, delete, block, goodbye. Like, I don't need you in my life. I don't care anymore. I am different this year. And if I feel the need to have some kind of like recognition or approval from you, then you don't serve my life in any positive way. So if you guys are worried about what people are going to think about you on social media by going live, if you're scared to go live because you're afraid of what people are thinking of you, then you're not going to grow. That's my problem. Rachel told me to go live and I was like, hell no, I'm not going live. You're crazy. Like, no, bye. I go live on my social media every single day. I don't care what I look like. I remember there was one video, Rachel, of you, I remember when you talked about you didn't like the mole on your lip and you were like, it took you a lot. I remember that video. I'm telling you, stuff that you do, I remember. This is what I'm talking about, the impact. I remember you going live and I remember you talking to people about you need to love yourself for your imperfections. You need to love yourself, how you used to always want to hide your lip because of that. I remember that. And and that wasn't to call you out. I'm so sorry. No. But I remember that video and I remember thinking like, wow, like she's right. Like I used to like never go on live unless my makeup, this is my first time like really doing my makeup tonight, y'all. But I go live on my social media every day without makeup. I have bags under my eyes. I have 2 kids locked around. I probably have some kind of shit on my shirt. I don't even know. Y'all, I don't care. I don't care. And I went on and I went to all my followers and I was like, if you don't like it, then just swipe. Bye. I don't care. So that's my biggest thing. If you're scared to go live because of what people think of you, then I mean, y'all need to get over it for real. That's just the truth. Y'all are not going to grow. And that's when my business took off, is when I stopped caring. My business took off when I put my family and myself first. And I realized that if you don't pay my bill, you don't matter. So I'm just telling y'all, that's my biggest advice. Stop caring. Like, focus on yourself and your team and where you want to go. But yeah, Rachel, I remember that video from you and it's always stuck with me. Literally always.
That's crazy because I don't even remember ever talking about my mole.
I do. You were standing outside. I think you had just bought your house. When did you buy your house? Was it 2 years ago or a year ago?
No, I might have moved in like 3 years ago.
Okay. I just remember you sitting out front on your porch. I literally remember that video and how I like to the T. I remember you saying like you've gotten like used to like loving your imperfections or something along the line of that. And I just remember that.
That's so awesome because that has been like one of the biggest insecurities in my life is this mole on my lip, y'all. Now I don't give 2 flying F's, but for the longest time, like and don't get me wrong, like I still have, you know, things that I still beat myself up about. We're all human. Like we're all going to have things that we, you know, tear ourselves down about. But at the end of the day, like I really do believe you have to be your biggest fan in all aspects. If you can't cheer yourself on, who is going to cheer you? Who's going to cheer you on? Yep. So, but let me tell y'all killed it. Okay.
Preach.
Y'all killed it. Like my fire is lit. I feel like I need another glass of wine.
There's
And
no more. We break it all.
I know. Y'all have literally killed it. Like y'all hit on all topics, and I really do believe like if everyone that's been watching, if you guys like, you know, just take into account what all four of them have said and actually like implement them into your business and put them into action, your business will thrive even more than it is. It will thrive, I promise you. And don't think that this happens overnight, okay? It's not going to happen overnight, but I promise you one day you are going to wake up and you're going to go from a team of 3 to a team of 15 to a team of 30 to a team of 50 to all of a sudden you have 900 team members or group members, okay? It's going to happen. So the consistency is the main thing. You have to show up. You have to be the one to show up, okay? If you're not going to show up, your team's not going to show up. That's what it boils down to. If you're not going to show up in all areas of your business, your team's not going to show up. If you are not being authentic and real and raw with your team, with your group, they're going to think that you're not working. So show them how you're working. That's why I don't even know who started it. Hashtag show me how I'm working or how I'm working today. Okay. Literally, if you're doing mail outs, take a picture of what your mail outs look like. Even if you don't think that they're the best looking mail outs out there, they're awesome. I bet you they're freaking amazing. Okay. Snap a picture of it and share it on your team page and say, hey, this is how I'm working. Your teamies will appreciate that. I promise you. So y'all killed it. I'm in my feels.
Everybody turn your camera on and do a silly face so I can take a picture.
Heck yeah. Wow.
How do I show everybody? Hold on.
Just do it.
So everyone has to turn.
Yeah, everybody. How do you make it? Hold on. I don't know how to make it like.
Hey,
Let me know.
who is
Bandwidth.
the verge of director? Star,
Has a grid.
are you on the verge of director? Paige is coming on director.
Star Fender. Director. Yeah, baby. It's happening.
I can't do it. I finished my drink. I need more.
I know.
No, you do not. It is Wednesday. Okay.
Come on. This is what I do, y'all.
You gotta get up at 2 a.m. tomorrow.
Ready? Silly faces. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
I feel like I look like a duck. Like a bird. I
Y'all.
love y'all.
I hope
Y'all
y'all
the
have a great night. Y'all go, hey, listen, the last thing I want to say, first of all, you need to do the challenge that Desiree had challenged us, okay? Go and find your leaders and reach out to them. And then the challenge that I want y'all to do is I want y'all to make your goals for July, and I want you to make them super scary. Like, I literally want them to scare the crap out of you. Like, literally, like, make you want to poop your pants, okay? Like, I'm being serious. Y'all think I'm kidding. Okay? So go look at your goals. If you haven't created them for July, make them scary, and you can do them. You got this. Okay? Okay, I'll see y'all later. I'm going to end it. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.